Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab.
The
merit
bean
scientist
dive, so to speak,
lab.
in a long time. And it's like I woke up early this morning. I was like, oh, I got a good couple hours, man, and I just got lost in it. And I saw the time, and I was like, oh man, I got shit to do. So I had to like force myself to stop. So tonight, once all the shenanigans are over with, I will return, and we will return as we do weekly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 138. Yes, 138 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is IRJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. Jared, say hello. There's his hello. And today we are joined by Jared's and now my good friend, Will. Welcome to the podcast, man.
We be throwing that good friend thing around. Like,
Hey, just a good friend. Like, hey, he's a good old guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to
we
say.
did I did the same thing when Latif was over here. I was like, I guess you're my good friend now.
I mean, we done comedy shows with him.
Yeah.
And anything.
Actually, to be honest, I that's where I get it because I know other comics know the pain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm still new at this shit. To be honest, I really don't even consider myself a comedian yet until I start doing, I don't know, I got to do shows and shit.
I mean, as a comic, I wouldn't even say a comic. I feel like a newbie in this still.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for about like a year. It's actually, I'm seeing stuff from when we got kicked out of that one open mic.
Which one?
The one in DC, the Ugly Mug. How we got? I'm seeing pictures of that come up now.
Oh yeah.
You were kicked out of a bar, Jared?
No, we weren't. No, we were kinda,
misunderstandings.
Yeah, it was a misunderstanding with the promoter.
The guy from New York, give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, he took.
Yo,
things,
where Brooklyn at?
Yeah. It was basically like that. But I mean, we got Shooter's Bar out of it. We've been having hits. You've been having hits. Not we. It's your show. You've been having hits out there. So it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I would prefer. I need to do more shows during the week.
Oh man,
for sure.
I think doing 3 shows that one last week was like beautiful. It felt great.
You start to get like we were talking about before. You get that repetition and
you get a rhythm going and all that stuff. Yeah,
like once every 2 weeks is like, then you get just the anxiety starts building up again. It's like,
so the more
get in front of people.
So the more obviously the more frequent you do it, the calmer you are. Because
you get used to. You just get used to the act of doing it. It's just like anything else.
Yeah, no, this is true. Will, what got you into, I guess, the whole stand-up scene, man?
Watching late night specials when I was a kid. Like, I think I grew up, my parents were very, very big on comics, especially my dad. I grew up on Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
And,
there you go.
And then that just set my foundation up for Dave Chappelle. We watched Richard Pryor stuff.
Yeah.
And then expanding out to different comics. Just now watching a lot of Netflix stuff. So not even now. I've been a fan of comics since I was a kid, man. So just actually having the opportunity to actually go out and do it now after like finishing up with school and finishing up with other things in my life. I'm like, I got actual set time to actually.
You can focus on your craft and all that stuff.
Yes.
Is there obviously this is not something I do because if I got up in front of a crowd, to tell jokes, I'd probably shit everywhere, and that'd be joking.
Yeah, but you want to do a live show somewhere, a live podcast. That's basically the same thing.
Well, this is true. I guess it's what you're comfortable with, right? You're talking about repetition and all this other stuff. Obviously, I haven't done that enough to be comfortable doing it. This right here, I have no problem. I'll do it wearing my underwear. I don't really give a shit.
Please don't.
I'm not going
for the
to.
sake of all of us.
For the sake of all of us. It doesn't look that bad. Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to know either.
You
If it gets to 95 degrees in DC, I guarantee you, he probably doing his underwear.
Yeah. Speaking of that something in the water concert is going on right now, and I was looking at that. It was hot as hell yesterday. I didn't go outside.
Today is beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice.
A very nice day.
Nice,
outside.
Breezy, and it's so yeah.
Still the crowds though. Like I don't know. Like I'm just not that big on big crowds yet. Like I just went to West Point and that was like Like I was like I don't feel like being in crowds right now.
What, like West Point?
West Point for graduation.
Oh, for graduation.
For seeing that and everything.
Yeah. It's not so much the COVID thing is just like the older I get, the less I want to be around a
mass
lot of,
amount. Yeah, no,
It's about 50-50 for me.
I guess you got to catch you or any of us at the right place at the right time for something like that to be happening. Because I'm not really big into bigger crowds either. Obviously, we went to the baseball game last week. That's like an acceptable setting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you go out to like a bar after the game, they're all fucking packed. The lines are long as shit.
Yep.
I mean, you're condensed into
this motherfucker last week. Immediately, as soon as we got to, we left the park and we walked to this other spot.
Probably Green Turtle or Buffalo Wild Wings down the street.
Green Turtles.
We went to
not open yet.
We went to the Salt Line.
Yeah, Salt Line with the oyster bar that's kind of toward the river.
Yeah.
And I was having a good time because I hadn't been out in a while, like just to chill and look at bitches. And, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah, dude.
And this, as soon as we got there, he was like, "Oh, we're not staying long."
Yeah, dude.
I'm like,
there's
no,
so
we're
many
staying,
people.
motherfucker. This
I
is
was
a
like,
flood.
bro, there's fucking people everywhere, and it's like, I don't know. And I was drunk, obviously.
Of course.
Your anxiety just kicked up. That's what that was.
dude. And I'm looking around. I'm like, yo, there's a shitload of people here. You know, you got to squeeze into the bar and all this other shit. I mean,
We got a table. It was cool once we got.
yeah. Once we got settled, that was fine. But I'm just, again, we're used to sitting in the same dingy bars.
Yeah, because you don't go. That's what I'm saying. You don't step outside your comfort zone.
I do on occasion.
There's nothing good about comfort, sir.
Yeah,
What about my bed?
You don't grow.
That's comfortable.
Huh?
He's like, what about his bed? I'm like, that's comfortable. Yeah,
Is your bed comfortable, Jared?
Huh?
Is your bed comfortable?
Yeah, my bed's comfortable.
Good.
But it's bad to stay in there all day like I do.
Yeah. It's like you do. Okay, so there you go. All right,
There's
so
no growth in that.
there is a double-edged sword happening here on this Mad Scientist Lab podcast. No, but I agree. Like it's like you have that idea in your head. It's like, oh, here, let's go out, and then you get there, and it's like, holy fucking shit! There's a line for the bathroom. I just want one beer. There's 23 people in front of me.
The line wasn't that bad.
No, I'm just throwing it out there.
I did not appreciate how small the fucking bathrooms were though. I was like,
I didn't even use.
I was
the
like,
bathroom.
as many people as here, and there was fucking
Was that during
three
like
fucking
this?
places to use the bathroom. Or three. Let me see. No, there was two. There was a stall, and there was a urinal, and then there was a sink. So
that's the true shitter right there. The sink, dude. And it's like, oh, dude, I remember when I went to Pittsburgh to watch the game with Clay and Kevin. Dude,
You're
somebody.
a Steelers fan?
Yeah, I'm a diehard.
Diehard.
Steelers,
All right.
yeah.
Respect.
Yeah. So,
this guy.
it's in my blood. Sorry.
That's so they say.
Well, that's the truth, sir. Will, I know it's your first time here, but don't listen to this guy. He's full of shit. So,
You
dude,
can't have a sports team in your blood.
Yeah. Well, it's
deep in there from what he's saying.
Yeah. So, sorry, I had to pat my veins like that. Like, just give it to me. Yeah. But, dude, somebody like took a dump in the urinal, dude. Like somebody
Where
just.
was
That's
this?
talent.
Dude, this is in.
Don't name the place.
Oh no, I was in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Pittsburgh.
Well,
No,
that
this
sounds
was-
like some Pittsburgh thing to do.
No, it's a very not Pittsburgh-like thing to do at all.
Bullshit.
It's not.
Drunk motherfuckers at Heinz Field? Yes, it is a very Pittsburgh thing to do.
No, it's not. Any drunk motherfucker, that includes myself, Clay, I know you're listening, okay? We don't take shits in the urinals, sir. But somebody literally took a dump in the urinal, then
Sounds like something a minor would do.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then proceeded to try to wash his pants in the sink.
Oh, you saw this happening.
Oh, so
No, there's a video of it. Like, so this happened during halftime.
Oh, so it
when we were
happened-
getting concessions, and then 20 minutes later, Clay's like, "Hey, dude, this is what happened in the bathroom." Like, just not.
How did he get the video?
It was on Facebook immediately. It was immediately on. It was immediately on the internet.
Oh, some nasty motherfucker.
Man, y'all just record people taking shits in
Well,
urine.
first of all, this
again,
wasn't us.
Not you, not
the
you.
Pittsburgh thing to do.
You know, it seems like it now.
But yeah, dude. But somebody just said, "Hey, man, fuck it. Like, I can't do it."
Hey, it's in their DNA.
It's not in our DNA. It's not. I've never once taken a dump in a urinal in my life, sir.
I mean, I pissed in not a dump. Not a urinal. Oh, you said urinal. I was thinking sink for some reason.
You took a dump in a sink before?
No, not a dump.
That's a skill.
I
You
pissed
have
in
to
the-
hike yourself up on the sink and take a shit.
Yeah, I've pissed in the sink before.
I mean, peeing in a sink is one thing. I mean, I think
I
pissing
think
is
that's-
universal.
Yeah,
Because
you
can
could
pee,
do.
as a guy, you can really
Pee
pee
anywhere.
anywhere, right? You know, it's
If you have talent, you can arch it, but we ain't going there.
You can spell things. In,
yeah.
on the ground and
So
shit.
like, I've peed in 40 bottles, woods, all sorts of shit.
You know,
But taking a dump in the sink, dude. You literally, what if it's like up high? So you're right. You have to.
Yeah,
You have
you
to
got-
climb
you
up.
gotta-
Well, it's an automatic toilet bowl, so you can just sit up there like you're sitting on the toilet.
like a bidet, so to speak.
Actually, you would have a free bidet after that.
This is true because most hand washers are automatic now, so the sensing of your cheeks would let the water flow. Oh my God! You know what's crazy? There's somebody somewhere.
This is actually an idea. That's a good one.
There is somebody somewhere who is probably going to try this, and it probably already has done it. That's why we're talking about it. Or that's why I'm talking about it. Somebody has taken a dump in a sink somewhere
With an automatic faucet.
with an automatic faucet.
The American way of the bidet.
Dude.
Now, see, this is just selling me on a bidet even more. I need to get my tushy.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever used a bidet, man?
Yes, I went to Italy and Spain once
shit.
when I was
a friend
19.
over there that's right now.
It was one of the most. The trip itself was beautiful. It was great. It was over spring break. But yeah, I've used a bidet probably a couple of times, and honestly, I can understand the use for it. I've been advocating for this in the bathroom stalls, like, cause dude, like,
If you can move that close, if you want to sit a certain way, instead.
I'm good. Like, hold up, there we go.
Yeah, right.
I'm comfortable now. All right, with my mother.
You look like he was like he had scoliosis over there.
No, I mean, but
I probably have that shit. Fuck.
nah, with us in jiu-jitsu bodies, my back is like 45 years old.
My back's not bad. My shoulders, I'm starting to feel it in my shoulders a lot.
My lower back is this chair is lovely, so I'm good with that. But yeah, I had a bidet in Spain and Italy, so yeah, it's pretty dope.
See, I personally, I've never used one. I've always wanted to try it. Just. To,
I'm gonna get one just to fucking. I mean, they're not expensive.
Not expensive,
But I'm in an apartment, so I'd have to fucking do the work myself, and then when I leave, I gotta unhook it and all that shit.
Yo,
so the water doesn't run?
Huh?
So the water doesn't run?
No. You hook it up to the water from the toilet.
you do it yourself. It's basically do it yourself without the management knowing, and then when you switch it out, you gotta make sure you switch it out and have that same toilet that they gave you.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not the whole toilet. It's just that the Hello Tushy is a joint that you can. We looked it up.
Yeah.
Here
Oh
before. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I have never heard of a Hello Tushy.
A lot of the podcasts that I listen to, that's one of their sponsors. We were slightly sponsored by them before, but
I got
it kind of
Instacart.
ran out.
Hell yeah.
Instacart's one of mine, so
Yeah, Instacart, dude. It's crazy that you say that. My sister was like, hey, because we were gonna make dinner and everything tonight, and we got some things here in the house, and she was like, well, I thought about getting this. I was like, well, you want to drive over to the store? The Wegmans is right across the street, man. Not that I want to go in there because the place is fucking zoo all the time.
dude, the Wegmans, what's it called? The lunch area where they have the food and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's A1.
Yeah.
It is A1 with like one of the best things like you can grab for food. Oh my God.
They're I'm a big pizza guy, obviously. So
That's
their
the-
pizza's pretty dope.
Hello Tushy. Okay.
It looks nice. It's been a while since I've actually seen it.
It just hooks up to the thing, and
How much is the Hello Tushy?
let's see.
Two clean bums are better than one.
Let's see.
You would never think that slogan would work.
What is it? What was it?
Two bums are better than one.
Two bums.
Two clean bums are better than one.
Oh, that's probably for couples. Let's see. What's the most expensive one, do you think? So there's a 3.0.
My money's on 300.
I think 300 is a
Well, it says bestseller, so we'll see.
Oh,
There's a whole toilet seat on that one.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
$99.
Yeah, that's not.
No, the classic 3.0.
But we can
So-
probably get.
Hold up.
So we see the video going down there at the bottom. I don't know if we can show that or not. So
they're
that's
not gonna show no ass.
No. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay. So you just turn the knob, and then you just turn it off. Okay. So you have a setting of what you want the level of spray to be. I mean, that's
How
what's
hard do you want your ass sprayed?
dude? Like, I mean, that's what we're watching.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they turn the knob all the way up. As you can see, the jet stream is flying.
So what it is just this thing goes like it hooks to the toilet seat, and then you hook the little wire, the actual hose from the wall into that.
Oh, okay.
They have some that will warm the water up before it gets to your ass because water straight from the wall is gonna be cold.
Facts. I've never seen this before. This is interesting. And it's only $99.
Yeah, for that one. But yeah,
It's funny that
But do you feel like you have to angle your ass a certain way? Because it looks like it only has like.
it
one
looks like it's
direct-
too low.
Yeah, it looks like it's got like it looks like it'll hit me in like the
you
balls.
could probably adjust it somehow.
Well, what do you mean, the nozzle and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Well, that's very possible because I don't want to have to sit a certain way for my ass to be sprayed.
Yeah, like in Italy, I remember it was just like this big, just open toilet seat, and it's just like it sprays up.
Oh, they have 2 separate ones, right?
Yeah, it's 2 separate ones. It's definitely weird. Like I remember I seen it. I remember I YouTubed it. It was really fucking weird, but it feels weird, but it's honestly
that's a world we live in where you could just YouTube how to use a bidet in another country.
Man,
like back in the day, motherfuckers would look. There's a movie or something where somebody's trying to figure it out. Fuck, it was a comedy movie. But they were trying to figure it out. Like, they were in some European country and they were trying to figure out how to use a bidet. What fucking movie was that?
Dude, I know that in Demolition Man, there were the 3 seashells.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be in the future, which no one still figured out how to fucking use those.
You know what's crazy? That's a very good unanswered question in movie cinema.
What?
How to use the 3 seashells in Demolition Man.
I haven't actually never seen Demolition Man. Is that the Wesley Snipes movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen the picture.
Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
Okay, now that's homework for tonight.
Bro.
That's homework for tonight.
That's an all-time 90s American classic action film. John Spartan. Oh man,
Just
Simon
explosions
Pegg.
everywhere.
Sandra Bullock too.
Sandra Bullock.
Just explosions everywhere. Classic.
It's you'll eat it up, dude.
Okay.
It's such a good movie.
It's like
if it's 90s Wesley Snipes, I probably would.
yeah, it's like 90s. I'm trying to think of like
Minus the
those
tax
90s
evasion.
action movies, like the Stallone ones.
Do you know?
What's another one similar to? Oh, like what's the one that you watch all the time?
Which one?
The L.A. one. The LA and
Beverly
New York.
Hills.
No.
No. Are you talking about not in the Line of Fire, right?
No.
L.A. What is
Escape from New York and Escape from
Escape
L.A.
Yeah,
It's,
Escape
it's
from
like
LA.
those type of movies.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got this futuristic set. Obviously, it's made in the early 90s. It takes place in 20-something, because he gets cryogenically
I think it's
frozen
2024.
and all this other stuff. So he wakes up, and then, and his nemesis was cryogenically frozen too, and then they're trying to figure out the future, and, they got the stun guns.
All right, you're
and all
fucking...
Yeah, it's...
No. It's a
an
90s
excellent-
movie.
yeah.
He has rights to spoil this.
okay.
That's perfectly
well,
fine.
that's true. That's true.
He has rights to spoil this.
Do you know what
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, man. You know what I watched the other day for the first time in a while? It's not a critically acclaimed film, but I enjoy watching it, is Eraser. With
Oh yeah, I saw that pop up.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that.
no,
movie.
I like it, and
that's Schwarzenegger, right?
yeah, but
Yeah,
I like it. It's super corny because so I smoked one, and I'm watching it, and there's that scene where the fucking obviously the door on the plane fucking rips off, and he's just holding on to the side of the plane, right, with the fucking engine trying to suck him in, and I'm just watching. I'm thinking, there's no way in hell.
Yes, there is, because Tom Cruise did it.
Oh, and Mission Impossible.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did that shit.
Yeah, so it was just I don't know, and then he's
You know
falling
he was
from
super glued to that shit.
I don't care, but he really did that shit.
dude. That shit is so
We
crazy.
can get into that.
And then it's got the great one-liners where, because Vivica A. Fox is in the movie. Okay.
Again, why I don't like that movie.
All right.
I can't stand Vivica Fox.
Well, it's like the only movie that's it. Like, that's
Okay.
it for me.
Well,
so anyway, so they're in the zoo. He's being attacked on the plane. She's at the zoo getting shot at. 10, 15 minutes goes by in film time. And then he like dives in, with the Magnum out and starts firing. And she was like, "You're late." And he's like, "There was traffic." Like, he's just got it's got like
That's
the
90s
really,
shit.
dude. It's got
90s.
like the really good one-liners. And then he shoots the fucking alligator that was trying to eat him. He's like, "Your luggage."
Okay.
Oh, dude,
don't
it's so
give the
good.
entire movie.
Nah.
away.
It's such it's so fucking.
Some people
corny.
may want to watch it, and you.
It's good though. It's so
okay,
me.
so leave it at that.
It's so me. It's just like I love it too much. I was like, this is why this is great, and I love it.
I got
love
two questions. We're going to get to Tom Cruise and Top Gun too, but the first question is, because I know you're a nerd about this too, how you feel about this Google thing about the sentiment about how Google search? You saw that news
No.
article? How Google is some employees said, you can look it up. Some employees said that the Google brain is becoming sentient.
Oh, sentient.
Sentient, yeah. thank you.
I have not heard that. I did see something
it.
recently
Maybe you should
about
Google it.
that. How about you fucking relax over there?
I'm very calm.
I'm trying to figure out where the fuck my mouse is. That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. Can anybody see it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. How you like that Alienware, man? Cause I've been thinking about getting a laptop like that.
I like it.
Nice.
I originally I bought it for this,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm like I have a gaming laptop. Maybe I should use it for
Because he's
gaming.
sophisticated now.
No, it's not that. It's just
You are accepted.
no. again, I bought it for this because I needed something that could handle like graphics and motion and all that shit. But now I'm thinking like I might have to get another one because the hard drive is getting full on here, and then there's faster cards out there now and all that shit. So
yeah,
but because there's a game that I'm afraid to fucking even get into it because I might get sucked in.
What is it?
It's what was it? Not Starfield. That's also coming out. But,
Dude, I saw that.
What was the one that I was talking about?
Oh my god, I saw that. And I'm like, man, god damn it, I'm mad. I'm a PS5 person.
Star Citizen is the one.
But Starfield looked great. Like Starfield looks like dark blue skies or dark skies, whatever.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Skies, because I played that. Thank you. I'm a heavy gamer, and I was like, No Man's Skies had potential, but it was just too much, too fast.
Yeah, no, I've actually personally never played it. One of the reasons being is because I heard a lot of that at launch, and I'm a very AAA title kind of guy.
Yep.
I've played everything, man. I'll play indie games. I'll give anything a chance, but when something is launching, because I'm mostly into. So I'm an Xbox guy. Okay. I mean, I have a PS4. I have yet to upgrade because I can't find anything.
Trust me, I had to find one off a shipment of a truck. I did not pay like $1,000 for my PS5. I paid maybe $100 over marketing price. I mean, which was fair.
I think that's okay given that they're very difficult to find. But that is the most I would do.
I did
maybe $1.50.
I did $1 because I was like, you know what? You paid the toll for to find it. I was about to go Xbox, but Xbox, because when they bought Bethesda, and this is a Bethesda game, it was like, oh, they're gonna do individuals. But at the same time, I'm not mad about getting the PS5 because we got God of War coming out.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I think that's that game especially for the PS4, the most recent one. I think.
Oh my god!
Because I've played, shit, man. I've played fucking everything you can think of.
That's a lie.
No.
So you played God of War?
I've played God of War. I've literally, besides PC games, any console game that you can name.
Thank you for correcting yourself.
It's not a correction. It's a statement. It's a fact.
No, it's a correction.
It's a correction. No.
Because you have not played. See, this guy here. I want to set something straight here.
All right.
Everybody believes that RJ is the game guy, the gamer here.
I am.
You play games, yes. I also play games, and I've been playing games longer than you.
Not as many as I've had.
I doubt that also. I've probably played just as many, if not more.
Okay,
hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish, and I got a good question. It's gonna be a good one.
Right. I don't do fucking Skyrim type shit, all that fantasy crazy shit, but
you're missing out.
But I've been playing PC games forever. Like, I was so into it. We were just talking about the reason part of the reason I bought this one. I built a computer just to play video games.
Shout out to Jamari.
Years ago.
What's up, buddy?
This was years ago, though. I haven't built one since, but I could just because again, if I start playing video games, I get sucked in, and the rest of my life goes down the tube.
All right, cool.
So, what's your question, Will?
So, hold on. This is the article we're talking about with the Google thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah,
I just picked NPR, so I don't know if that's the exact one.
It might be it, but basically saying that Google, the brain, like basically the search engine or whatever, has a brain now. It has like I want to feel things, stuff like that, and they suspended the employee. And as a tech guy, I'm assuming that's why I was like, as a tech guy, I'm like, this seems like what's that one movie with Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall?
No, not Total Recall. Even though that is a great movie.
Is it The Sixth Day?
No, Terminator. It's just
Terminator.
You're talking about Skynet.
Skynet. Yeah. It seems like Skynet is approaching. Like, it really does. It feels like it.
Well, I mean, art imitates life.
Yes.
And when that movie, that's why Terminator was such a hit, because like people actually believe this could happen. Like, if you were studying fucking, did I plug this shit in?
It's working.
No, but I didn't plug it in. People actually believe that that's something that could happen because, like, we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually have studied actual, like, algorithms. I mean, I'm not good at fucking math and shit, but studied the algorithms and quantum computing. And imagine when quantum computing comes into this whole fucking thing. When those two get together, bruh, it's going to be some shit.
Like,
Elon Musk has already warned us. And we've been warned But hey,
Elon Musk about to lose a bag.
Dude,
he about to lose a bag.
In the next 10 years, the world is going to be, it's already different now. It's
Yes.
going to be in a far different place,
Oh,
dude.
man.
And it's kind of hard. If you don't mind me asking, man, how old are you if you don't mind?
I'm 29.
You're 29? Okay, so I'm 33.
We're roughly
you-
the
yeah.
child of the 90s.
Yeah,
We
so-
child 90s, you're born late 80s.
Yeah, born late 80s. So with that being said, it's one of those things where, like, you know, we grew up in very simple, like, yeah, a lot of people call it the golden era of everything, whether especially when it comes to entertainment, whether it's music, movies. I'm still a big wrestling fan, obviously wrestling.
Slightly, that's why I picked the Cactus Makes Perfect, because Cactus Jack.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Mick Foley. Bang,
Oh
bang.
man,
All right,
he's
so-
one of my all-time favorite
Yeah.
wrestlers.
Yeah, that's my guy. But it's like we're transitioning.
I love listening to younger people talk about them growing up in the golden era. Like what?
So, how old are you, Jerry? 'Cause he's 33. 'Cause I always forget your age. Because black don't crack.
I am.
Tell him, Jared.
I'm older. Yes, I'm 43.
All right, fair enough.
So yeah, I've talked about this
shit.
before. I was around before the internet.
I was around before the internet.
I was dial tone.
You were
so
a toddler.
So you had
Well, I was
you were
around.
before the internet. You were just getting the internet. I heard dial tone. So that's how we break down the generations.
Exactly. So
All right.
I've been through
You've been through it
all
all.
that.
All right. I just got
To
the
be-
buck end of it.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's to be honest, I'm glad I was. It sucks getting older, but at the same time, I'm glad I was around because I got to see the evolution of all this stuff. Like I got to see times when humans ran everything, and I'm about to see. Probably will see when machines
AI
run everything.
and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the fuck is happening here? You know, like, yeah, no, I agree. With the evolution of things, man, obviously we grew up with the evolution of games and watching them from 8-bit to where they are now.
Yes.
If I had to ask you as a nerd, man, what, in your opinion, is your favorite series or favorite game ever made?
Ooh, that's a hard.
It's all right, and I don't care what you.
I would say it's. I have to do 1A, 1B.
Okay.
The reason why I say 1B is the same gaming company.
Yeah.
It's Rockstar Games.
Oh, of course.
So
there you go.
I think Grand Theft Auto changed the whole generation. It really has changed the whole generation. Like it or not, the Grand Theft Auto 5 has been on 3 consoles.
Yeah.
They played us for our money.
I watch fucking streamers play that shit all fucking day.
It is.
Like, that's how crazy that game is.
It is so crazy. It is so deep. I think they have changed a generation. I would say 1B is what's it called? Red Dead.
Yeah.
Red Dead was another game out of theirs. I played Red Dead 2, which was freaking amazing.
I was gonna say
And
1 or 2.
Two is my all time. It's probably my top 3 games, which just brings me to my question.
2
My
is
question:
fire.
what is y'all top 3 games? That's how you identify as a gamer.
So if I had to pick top 3,
You can do series 2.
yeah. So number 1 for me is definitely Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Very very big fan of that franchise.
Which one?
If I had to pick 1 through
Yeah, you have to pick
4
because there's the technology has changed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I will say, man, it's tough. Because they're all
because
so good.
some older games can still be in your top 3.
Yes.
Well,
but
I would say just for the impact it had on me, the
Okay.
original.
Okay.
The Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation 1, not
Yeah.
the one for Super Nintendo, but the original Metal Gear
no,
Solid.
that was regular Nintendo.
regular Nintendo. All right.
That shit was fucking horrible.
Damn.
So because the level of storytelling in it at the time when you're a kid, it was, I grew up with Mario, Zelda, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first time I played a game where it was so compelling story. It was like living in an action movie. And it's just so masterfully told in the series. I mean, I could go on for hours about it.
Yep.
So I would say Metal Gear Solid.
And this sound.
Hell yeah. My second favorite would probably be the Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. For
respect it.
Nintendo 64. And then my third, it's hard to pick 3, man. I would say it's either it's going to be a tie. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's either going to be a tie between GoldenEye or Shenmue.
Obviously, you're a shooter.
Yeah, well, yeah.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye or Shenmue for
GoldenEye.
for the Dreamcast.
I was thinking about my 007 pick because there's a 007 game.
Yeah, I think GoldenEye is probably more iconic than Shenmue. Like very few people play Shenmue.
Well, the reason being is because he was talking about, so Grand Theft Auto 3, you got 1 and 2 initially, but the Grand Theft Auto 3 really shaped the ground for
free world.
But you didn't name that. You didn't name that.
No, I didn't. But to my point, this is where I'm getting with Shenmue. Shenmue, even though it's not on a massively popular scale, it came out before GTA 3, okay? And it was one of the very really first open world games where you can interact with people.
Yep.
You could talk with people. You could play mini games. It had 3 discs. It wasn't just one single CD. It was like it's like a book. You know what I mean? And the story, and it continues. And they released Shenmue 3, 3 years ago? And this series has been out for 20 years. I mean, so put it this way: when you play 1, it goes into 2, and then when you beat 2, it ends with a cliffhanger.
Okay,
and imagine
you're giving away information that people may want to play the game.
The game's 20 years old. Should have played it already.
There you go. He has.
But what if they hear you talk about it now? They want to play it. Now you're giving them the story.
He's enhancing them for that.
I'm not giving it away, but I'm just
anyway.
giving
Back to mine.
What's your top 3?
I was sitting there thinking about it while RJ was talking. One of mine, to be honest, because I played the shit out of this game.
Can I get that?
Yeah, of course.
Not the original Mario. I love the original Mario, but Mario 3 is probably my
Yoshi's Island.
Probably my Mario 3.
Super Mario 3.
Yeah, that wasn't Yoshi's Island. That was when the raccoon, the leaf came out.
Yeah, no, I know that.
You're thinking 64. This is
no.
This is NES.
No, 64. No, there's Yoshi's Story, and then there's Mario 64.
I'm not talking about 64. I'm talking about NES.
I know. Just pull it up. I could have sworn it was called Yoshi's Island.
This is where RJ thinks he's the top gamer here.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, Yoshi's Island. Not unless it's a remix on the
Super Mario.
I just changed up my top 3 after he just said that. I was like, hold on.
Well, if I had to pick a third besides GoldenEye or fucking Shenmue, it'd be Halo.
There's some series in the gaming world that just changed everything.
Super Mario 3, right here.
Okay.
I know there's a variation called Yoshi's Island.
Well,
not obviously off the original.
That's again 64 though. That's not.
No, it's not. It's not on the Nintendo 64.
You talking about Game Boy?
It might be on the. It might be on GBA.
Yeah,
it's
GBA.
Game Boy.
Yeah, it might be GBA.
This guy said GBA.
All right, Super Mario 3.
Super Mario 3. I was hard in the Mario shit back then because they had what was the drug one where he had the pill? Oh, Dr. Mario. I used to fuck with that, but that's not my top one.
Mario's version of Tetris.
Yeah,
but
slightly. That's another game I fucked with on the original Game Boy. Tetris was my fucking go-to all fucking day.
I mean, it's like Pac-Man. It's like a cornerstone of like that age.
It's eccentric. Like it brought everybody in because I was like, oh my god, video games, and it's just
And I mean, if you play Tetris on the original Game Boy, the fat gray one with the 4 AA batteries, like when you load up Tetris, it's got the little palace in the background. It's got the music playing and all that stuff. So I'm a big Tetris fan too. I like Pac-Man. I've never been big into Pac-Man.
My wife's big into Pac-Man.
Dude, because Pac-Man can get hard as fuck, dude. Pac-Man.
Sorry, we're cutting off Jerry with his. I saw him stop. I was like, we're cutting off Jerry with his top 3.
I'm fine. Like,
okay, yeah. So we got Super Mario 3.
Never mind. No, because we talked about this. You gotta listen to other people too. Like, you can't just be like, my first thought. Like, as a conversation, it's supposed to flow, not just. I'm not trying to be funny.
Sorry.
Constructive criticism
here on the Mad Scientist Live podcast.
Shit. Now I forgot what my second one was.
If you need some time, I can give out my top 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going back in time. Donkey Kong, Game Boy.
All right.
Number 3, hands down, I will play that to this day because it's one of the all-time games I ever had. Number 2, because it's my childhood and I still play to this day, is the entire Madden series. Yes, people, I know it's trash, but I know it's
Madden.
It's Madden.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It's Madden.
I used to stand in line for Madden.
Oh my
releases.
god!
Yeah.
But now we get the download. You get it 5 minutes afterwards.
Did these have to be all console games?
It does not.
Okay.
I forgot to add that character. I said any games.
Because I have a lot of arcade games that
any games. And I think number one is my hardest because I'm in between either the Grand Theft Auto, in specific Grand Theft Auto 5, honestly surpasses 3 in my opinion, because 5 just brought out a different side of the free world than anything else.
Yeah.
Or I would say Assassin's Creed, even though the last couple games, have been failing.
Yeah.
But as a series as a whole, there's like 3 main series in gaming.
Did you play the Revolutionary War one?
Yes.
Was that good?
That's
so Revolutionary War was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big history buff. They alter stuff in history with Assassin's Creed.
I was down for Assassin's Creed until I found out that it was like some futuristic shit, and this guy's just traveling back in the past.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to play in these times.
Yes,
but then I found out there was some other shit. And
it's like a main story, and then there's like that side story of he's in the future.
Yeah,
that's a plot twist, because he's like a relative, like related, like he's an ancestor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But that's what threw me off about the game. And like just from the beginning of knowing that, because I thought it was like, oh, we get to play during this time and Assassins during this time, but they added some extra shit that I didn't want to fuck with.
Nah, but Assassin's Creed, honestly, when they did the Revolutionary War, I think it was the coldest one, because you're half Indian, half American, and fighting through these times, and you're like not trusted by the Indian clan, and then
that's the third one, right?
That's the third one.
Yeah.
And
three is very good.
3 is very good, and you're not trusted by the white people, so it was really fucking good. Honestly, I think they should have expanded Black Flag. Black Flag was like, honestly,
that's actually the only one I actually really haven't played.
Black Flag is amazing,
because I know there was a lot of ship battles and all this other stuff. So stuff like that, to me, I am essentially kind of turned away from it, because I'm not a very I mean I can be a very linear in terms of story.
Yes.
When I feel like I have too much at my disposal, sometimes it overwhelms me. Like, so right now, what I'm playing to finish my achievements up in, because I'm a big achievement trophy hunter, whatever you want to call it.
No, you're a trophy getter. I have one of my boys that's
you're
like
a grinder.
Yeah.
You're a grinder. Yeah, grinder.
So I've been. It came out in October of last year. It's almost been a year, but I've been finishing up Far Cry 6 in terms of achievements. And Far Cry has always been a very, Ubisoft and all that. It's always been a very solid brand. I mean, the gameplay mechanics are still the same. They expand a little bit, but there's always just enough to do. And I sat down, because I haven't really been on in a while. I was like, oh, man, I got to get back on my shit. And I was like, what's the first thing I need to do? It's like, oh, man, they added all this crap. It's like, well, I got to tackle this. So for the last couple of days, I've been like slowly maybe 3 or 4 hours out of my day just chopping away at it. And I'm getting all the collectibles, all this other stuff, and I'm slowly working away at it. And they added like 4 DLC packs, which I have to do, which aren't overly difficult to finish, but there's just a lot of game. And when you said you're a fan of Red Dead Redemption, I think Rockstar Games, obviously, they kind of revolutionized the way we view open world games now, especially with GTA. When Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, it was the first of its kind.
It was fucking revolutionary.
It was like kind of like the Pokemon craze, back in the late 90s. Like it was just, it's like lightning in a bottle.
It really changed. I'm sorry to cut you off. It really changed when you got GTA 3. That's how you got Assassin's Creed, because that's open world. You got the Skyrims because of that. You got stuff like that. So I think GTA, Rockstar, even though they love milking the shit, they love milking it. They make pretty much perfect games, regardless if we have to wait. It makes everybody's expectations. So I think when we give credit when credit's due, with that, I think the sleeper for the next open world game would be Ghost of Tsushima.
It's crazy. Jared's been telling me, I have not played that.
Oh my god!
I'm a fan of the game,
because you got samurai.
Yeah,
right? I like that too. Yeah.
I did hear a take today from this guy's Vader on that's his streaming name. He's on Facebook. He came over from Twitch to Facebook, but he plays GTA 5, the mod on PC and shit. Yeah. But it's role playing, so he has different characters. Yeah. And then there's other characters that he interacts with. They're on the server and shit. I forgot where I was going. Oh no, he was saying. Somebody was talking about Ghost of Tsushima in chat, and he was like, I didn't like that game because it was repetitive. And I was thinking about it. I was like, it's not as repetitive as some other games because I've been playing Ghost Recon lately.
Same here. Wildlands or
which one is it?
It's the latest one.
2019 that came out.
It's the latest one I played too.
Fuck.
It's the one where you basically Breakpoint. Yeah, I've been playing that back on PS5. Beautiful game.
Yeah, it is a good game, but it gets repetitive.
Yes.
And I didn't think Ghost of Tsushima was that repetitive. I felt like there was more. Like as you evolve,
yes,
there's a lot of different shit you can do.
Yes,
I thought there should have been. They should have. I think they did come out with it later as a, like downloadable, but I think they should have did it where you could have made your character could go against other characters, like a 1-on-1 type thing.
Yeah, they did the ghost stories where you can do that little downloadable character and do that like that. Ghost of Tsushima, I wouldn't say it was repetitive either. I think there's like level 1 basic is basically like
it's teaching you how to play the game.
Teaching you how to play the game. Level 2 is really like, all right, when you face the generals, this is what you're gonna really be doing with all the generals. This is what you're gonna be doing with all these all that. But the side missions was never repetitive. Every side mission was different. Mm-hmm. The story with his uncle was amazing. You had the alternative ending just like GTA.
I didn't finish it though. I haven't finished it.
Oh yeah, no worries. Like you're gonna have options. I'm gonna just say that. And honestly, I think that we need more stuff in that era because we have the technology now to actually do it. And I think that it has a niche of its own. Like there's certain things like I think the one that the people that made Dark Souls, they made this Sakura or whatever it's like that, and that was basically Dark Souls meets Samurai.
It's hard as fuck.
It's hard as hell. I didn't get past the first level. I bought the game at midnight, tried for 4 fucking days to get past the first level, could not get past that, and I just stopped. It was hard as hell.
Have you ever I have 2 questions. One, since we're talking about like samurais and all this, have you ever played Ninja Gaiden?
No, I have not.
All right, so that is a game that'll give you kind of a run for your money in terms of like obviously you got the normal difficulties, but then they have the like the Way of the Ninja, which is like the master difficulty setting. And I've played a lot of difficult games in my life, man, and it takes a lot of very good timing, hand-eye coordination, this and that. That shit's fucking hard, bro.
Harder than Sakura?
I mean, I put it up there with it simply because when you look at Capcom or any type of Japanese market that creates it, like I look at Devil May Cry, which is another very good.
That was good.
Very good franchise, but you play it on the normal difficulty. Yeah, you can get through the game, enjoy it for what it is. But if you really want to master it, you have to learn like every combo, every way to keep an enemy in the air, so you can keep your style combo going.
That's kind of like Ghost of Tsushima. Like you have to like the game gets cooler the more you use all the tactics that you have.
The downside of Ghost of Tsushima though, you don't with the main suit, you don't have that much time with the main suit. I think the main suit should have came earlier in the chapters. That's the only. Yeah,
but I think it would take away from the story of grinding to get the suit, though.
Yes and no.
You talking about when old girl gives him the
black suit.
Oh yeah, I don't think I got. Did I get that far?
Nah, that hit the cover suit. The cover suit.
I don't remember how far I got.
No.
It was pretty deep into it. Something happened and I just wasn't playing games.
You're thinking of his family clan suit.
Yeah. That
suit you have.
Oh, okay.
You have that, and in probably chapter 2. If you don't get it till towards the main character suit till towards the end.
And I don't know. Again, maybe I did. That. I don't remember if I got it.
And I get that. It's like dealing with Spider-Man. You got Spider-Man's little messed up suit a little bit, like, and you go all that.
Oh fuck! Spider-Man had me fucking hooked, bro.
Oh, the Miles Morales joint or the regular one?
What was the last one that came out?
They did Spider-Man, the regular Spider-Man.
It was for
PS4, PS5.
Yeah.
And then they did basically a DLC version of the game with Miles Morales.
No, it wasn't that one. It was whatever one, the regular one.
Yeah. The Miles Morales one.
It was good, but like they make you almost have to do the side missions just because.
Yes.
Because you want to do the side missions.
Well, I mean, I think that's good. I mean, I think that's good game development. At the end of the day,
they make you addicted to that shit.
Well, it allows you to develop maybe your attributes as a character. You get more skill points or whatever it is. Because the worst thing you can do in any open world game is you can fly through the whole story and not touch a side mission, and you're still okay. Like, you don't. There's no benefit from the side quest.
I'm kind of. I feel like that part of gaming has gotten. That's what's repetitive is. Oh, you have to acquire this many things to get this skill point and this and that, blah 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 blah. I think they got to figure out something new besides that.
A lot of games now, like Elden Rings or whatever it's called, they can go straight through the game without any side quests and be straight.
Yeah. Well, they can there's speed runners that can beat the game in like 17 minutes. And the game is.
I'm like, that's a PC. I swear to God, ain't no way no kid can go through 17 minutes. Ain't no way.
But when it comes to speed running, because I've done it with just a very small portion of games that I played, mostly puzzle games, like for speed and time. I'm a big Portal fan. I'm a big fan of Portal, and whatnot. And so something like that, to me, like in the sense, it's like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. But it's like, I paid $60 for this. Is this really all I'm doing with it? But, it takes a lot of time to learn all those, workarounds and all that other. And it's pretty nuts because I can speed run some games, the games obviously that I know very well, and I know every nook and cranny and all this other stuff. And it's like, oh, how fast can I used to do that with Metal Gear Solid 2 for PS2. I used to do it on hard mode, and I used to say like, okay, I want to beat this in 2.5 hours.
Damn, I gotta pull my PS2 out. All those games are coming back, and I'm like, I want to play again.
Well, you probably get them on the PlayStation
I have
Network.
them. Yeah, I still have.
Oh,
them.
If you still got them, then yeah. But what I was gonna say is like speed running is it's like an art at the same time. It's just like, oh, that's it. Like this is all. Yeah. But I think it really shows your skill set that you can beat a game in this amount of time that everybody has problems with. But obviously there's exploits and things that you use to your advantage that allow you to do these things. So, I mean, it's like with any game that you can speed run.
True.
But what the second question I was going to ask you, a few minutes ago, you were talking about like we live in a day and age where we have the technology to where you're saying Ghost of Tsushima,
yes,
has multiple endings and variations because your decisions have you ever played Mass Effect?
I've heard of it. I've watched it. I never really was like, I've never expanded to that.
Yeah, so I will say Mass Effect is probably one of the best trilogies in gaming.
I haven't played. I watched someone play it.
Is that the one that has like you transform into like some type of thing, like you have that kind of power and stuff like that?
No. You're thinking. I think you're thinking of Destiny.
Yeah,
it's similar to Destiny. I think Destiny kind of was like a branch out. Like somebody was like, "Oh, this is cool," and then I think that's where that.
I mean, space is obviously unknown, so you can do so many variations of it. So Mass Effect is simply you assume the role of Commander John Shepard, who basically was an orphan when he was a kid. He gets into the fleet, the space fleet and all this shit, and goes out on a crazy mission. They give him, and it's just expanding story that takes place across 3 games, and by the time the 3rd game ends, and this is notoriously known because the endings weren't very popular amongst fans when they initially occurred, myself included, because the games are phenomenal. But then you get to the very end of the 3rd game, and they give you choices. Like from all the other choices you made, hey, how are you going to save the universe? And you can pick this, A through C, A, B, C.
But aren't there choices throughout the game?
There are. Yeah. And this is, I think, the biggest criticism that got from it, because no matter what you picked, you're still going to be left with these 3 options.
Yeah. But a lot of games are like that, because you know how hard it would be to program some shit where every decision you make throughout the game
alternates the ending towards the end.
It's too many random numbers, and that means the game is going to be fucking huge.
Which is fine.
That's not fine. No, because you can't sell something like that.
No, but what I'm saying is every choice before, obviously, the ending occurred, it did impact your character and the gameplay that currently happened. But when you get to the ending, you know, and at the time I'm sitting there, dude, I'm I'm excited because I've been playing the series for years.
But that's also like Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, there's only a couple options you have at the end, but you're making a bunch of choices at the beginning, whether to be good. Like it's almost like being good or bad doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. So I think Red Dead 2 did it better because you can kind of play with it a little bit. With this, you're just faced with 3 options, and that's it.
Red Dead 2 can't really play with it because of Red Dead 1.
Well, you know what's gonna. I'm assuming you've played the first one as well. So obviously, in the first one, you assume the role of Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
And then obviously you do in the epilogue after RDR2, and whatnot. So you kind of know what's gonna happen, but really what you're doing is you're picking Arthur's fate and how he's gonna go out on his hill, like that kind of thing. And me being the OCD guy I always pick the good choices because I want the best possible ending.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, who says that's going to be the best possible ending? Like, because I think I was I in the middle or was I go more toward? I don't remember, but no, I feel like no matter where you go, you're still going to have the same. If you just fucking straight jack people all day, and by the end of the game, you're still going to have the same 2 choices.
Yeah, like I definitely understand that because in GTA with what's his name, Franklin, I was doing all kinds of hood shit with Franklin, and he ends up winning it at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah,
like
so
it just don't matter.
It doesn't. Well, that's a rock. Yeah, that could just be a rock star. The way their engine runs, but.
Well, I mean, it's based off of the same foundation,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
engine.
So I mean, that's okay with me because at the end of the day, when I beat the game and I was sitting there, and the credits roll, and I was thinking, holy fuck, that was awesome. It really takes a lot for me with a video game or even a TV show to say, wow, that was fucking cool.
True.
Like, you might watch something and be like, yeah, I like that. But I mean, like, really be like, wow, that was fucking dope.
True.
What game was that for you?
I mean, dude, there's a couple. I mean, obviously, the original Metal Gear Solid, that series.
No. Oh,
but
I thought you were talking about a specific game.
But I was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Because I think in this day and age,
I was kind of disappointed at the end. Because I wanted it to be different.
Yeah, I mean, but did you play the first one?
I played some of it. I didn't play the whole thing.
I mean, I kind of knew what was going to happen, but it's in the manner of which it happened because you're learning. Because I'm all about character development. Like when you
Red Dead 2 did amazing with character development.
Yeah, so when you play Red Dead Redemption 1, you start as
they knew they were going to get people that they hadn't had before.
It flows so well into the first game, it's ridiculous because you assume the role of John Marston in the first game, and you keep hearing about Dutch, and you eventually run into him and all this other stuff, and it's like, who are these people? And then when 2 comes out, it really just shows you how that all came about.
Dutch.
Yeah, and it's like, you've been killing folk, Dutch. Like it's
Dutch is a bitch.
Dutch is motherfucker.
And then if you've played obviously the first one, this is a spoiler. I mean, even though the game's been out.
First one's been out for a while. You can spoil it.
So at the end, you're up in the cave. You're up on the mountain with Dutch as John Marston, and Dutch is an old man who's worn and withered, and he's like,
so I like 2 better.
Yeah. So he's like, our time has come, John. And then he kills himself. He literally just drops off the side of the mountain, and he kills himself because he knows there's nothing else he can do.
That's not what happened in 2, though.
No. This happens in the first game. This is in the first game. So, but what I'm saying, the character development to figure out Dutch's backstory, you figure out how Arthur became Arthur Morgan, and all that to me is masterful storytelling, and that's why that game is so good because it rolls into the first one well.
We all have our opinions on why the game is good. Me being a tech head, the fucking graphics is fucking phenomenal. Like that was one of the first games that had an entire world where it's just like, oh shit, this is like almost real life type shit.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's why it took them almost 10 years to make the game. It literally took them almost 10 years to put that game out. And like he said, when Rockstar puts something out, they put it out, and it's out. And there's nothing they make that is bad.
It's solid. I think they need to add. They need to be more demanding of the DLC packs of expanding certain stories. I think they took a while for GTA 5 expansion stories.
Well, I think what happened with GTA 5,
they milked that cow dry.
They're going the route of allowing people to do mods. Like 5M is the big one for GTA 5. Well, there's a few, but 5M is a big. So they're basically allowing these people to purchase a certain amount to create their server under this software, and they're making money off of it. And there's other ways because different servers have different things going on. because depending on who's owned and who's developing. So you might go to one where there's nothing from the original. The streets are the same, but the buildings are totally different from what the original was. So they're still making money. They have to have an agreement with Rockstar before they can
do and allow that stuff.
Yeah.
But yo, what is your top 3? Because we went through this whole rampage and we still haven't gotten your top.
RJ's like, I'm playing.
It's always my fault, folks.
What I say? I said Mario 3.
Yep.
Red Dead 2.
Okay.
And then I think I don't want to go the same route. I want to go with like I don't know, man, because I'm stuck between Metal Gear Solid 1, and then I'm also stuck between GTA 3.
GTA 3 it really started off a lot of open world.
Yeah.
You can't really. We've been banging that drum for a while, but you really can't really like think about other games. Like for example, what was that one with that new Star Wars one?
Is it the Fallen Order?
Fallen Order.
Yeah,
that was an open world game. That was
that.
out.
That shit was actually the crazy. We could this actually can segue into something else. I don't know if you've been watching it, but that game has a lot of the same like it's actual like canon now for Star Wars,
which is a good thing.
I actually like that game. I didn't finish it.
I haven't
I
finished
get bored
it yet.
really quick.
I haven't finished it. It took
you
me
just
a while.
started playing it?
I'm halfway through.
Yeah, I'm probably about halfway. Sometimes I get stuck because I played. What was the other one that came out before that? Vader's Secret Apprentice. Maybe
it was basically the video game with the third movie. That's what was the video game for last time with Star Wars.
But I thought it was I think it was called Secret Apprentice or something like that.
I don't know.
But anyway, so yeah. So have you been watching Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, I haven't. I've only been I've recently just started watching it. I mean, watching it as in I skip everything for Vader. That's the only thing I'm there for.
Oh, you're not doing yourself a favor.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
I'm a Star Wars fan, but with the one thing I'm really waiting for everything to come out so I can just binge it. But my friend was like, "Yo, you need to watch this what Vader does in certain parts."
Okay, so have you seen the most recent one?
The recent one, no. But y'all can spoil it. Y'all can go ahead with it.
Yeah,
I saw the one when he dropped down the whole starship and ripped it apart.
Yeah, that's
a recent one.
Yeah. But the entire fight after that, did you see that?
No, I did not.
Which was fucking super badass.
Oh, when he killed. Oh, hold up. I heard about when he killed that kid, snapped the neck, and all that stuff, right? Or is that earlier?
Well, no, that was in the third episode. So with the Obi-Wan series, for those who have been watching, obviously Jared and myself have. We grew up with Star Wars, so like seeing this series is kind of very pivotal for us as fans. It's like, oh, we get to see Vader in his prime.
And that's what we wanted to see for years, but they never fucking did it.
They're going to milk Vader now. I swear they're going to milk Vader.
But
as long as it's good,
we'll see this last episode, what they do, but...
Yeah, the last episode really has a lot at stake right now.
There's
a lot at stake.
There's a lot.
So the thing is me and Jared, who very rarely agree with one another, believe Darth Vader is, besides the Joker, the greatest villain in all of entertainment, cinema, whatever, TV. It's Darth Vader. I mean, it's Lord Vader. Come on, man. And when you watch the original films, growing up as a kid, you see him as an older Vader, and he does this, he does that. You find out that he's the father of Luke Skywalker. You're just like blown away. You're like, oh my God, and all this other shit. And then it's like, well, who is this guy really? And now we can really see him in his prime. And dude, when you're saying he's pulling the starship down and he's snapping kids, I mean, dude, he's like on a war path, dude. And it is just, as a fan, if you're a lifelong fan, it's just something cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I have a question about this. Now that I'm thinking, because I've before this was even a show, before it even came out, and I had been saying I want to see, since Disney had bought them out, I wanted to see a Vader series.
Yes.
Because I wanted to see Vader in his prime.
Yes.
I want to know what show made them choose to decide to go with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because I feel like we've already seen enough of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
From my perspective, anyway. Mm-hmm. We know his whole arc. he raised up Anakin as a Padawan and blah blah blah, and then he cut his legs and his arms off and left him there to fucking burn. And then he fights him later because he's saving Luke or whatever. So he fights him later, and then Vader kills him. Why do we need to know the rest of that? I want to know what Vader was doing in the meantime.
Well, I think that's a good way of looking at it. But I think since him and Obi-Wan have such a deep connection with one another, obviously, and you obviously see it through some of the flashbacks in the
but why do we have? I guess my point was, why do we have to see the Jedi side of things all the time? Why can't we see the Sith side of things?
And that's why I think that with this particular thing with Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think we're gonna get that more. I think we're gonna get Darth Revan. I think we're gonna get Darth Vader, another series. I don't think it's gonna be a movie because of the fact that the love for Vader is freaking outstanding. Like,
Yeah.
I like you said, I'm a lifelong fan. I've seen stuff come. My biggest thing was like just like you. I want to see a series about Sith Lord.
Yeah.
You see it from their point of view of like, I wouldn't be mad if this was a Darth Vader series and Obi-Wan was the annoyance and see it from that kind of side.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting in what he sees. Now, with Vader, you don't get that many words or you don't get that much stuff, but you get it through his actions most of the time.
Yeah.
So
I think that's partly because James Earl Jones is older, and I don't know if he's even working like that anymore. The man's 91 years old. And even for this series, it's not like it's his voice, but they have technology now. They can take just certain
they're
words
using Hayden and like two other people for that suit.
Yeah. No, not for the suit. I'm talking about for the voice.
Yeah.
So, because the audio is separate from the visual part, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're using AI to be able to reenact
His
those
voice
words.
Yeah.
So,
and the movement too.
shit, you can get that you can do that in Adobe products. Like, I could do that shit right now. Like, I could take a certain amount of stuff that you say and fucking create a whole different fucking paragraph than what you said.
There you go. And that's what the world we live in. But
Yeah.
The
like-
years have weakened you, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Hell
that was a computer, sir. That was a computer.
That was so awesome, dude. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was just
man.
like, yes.
I honestly
like,
think that Vader in this entire series, from the clips I've seen and from what I'm watching, it's like Vader is toying with Obi-Wan. It seems like besides the whole aircraft being put down,
he fucked that shit up.
He fucked that shit
Dude, that
up.
shit was so cool. And he was just like, I was like, I was so fucking pumped, dude. I'm not going to lie. I was like, this is a.
When I saw that,
awesome.
and you see him drive away, it seemed like Vader had hope for some reason for me. I don't know why, but it was like, oh, I'm gonna see you again. Like that hope of like, oh, I'm gonna see you again.
I know,
because he can feel it.
He just feels it.
Shit, it could have been part of his plan in the first place. He wanted to show his power because he knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He already felt it. Like, as soon as like, again, you didn't see the part after that.
Yeah.
But when he fucking bruh,
Dude, that's lightsaber.
when she tried to hit him with that lightsaber, and he just said, fucking stopped the fucking lightsaber in its tracks, turned around and fucking threw her ass. Like,
and just snapped it in two.
bro,
dude.
no.
Dude, that shit
As a
was
martial artist, you would appreciate this part. This motherfucker, she was like throwing like shit at him with the lightsaber, right? And he's just like, woof, woof, like some kung fu type shit.
Was it the one that not the Inquisitor, but the one that was helping
was-
Obi-Wan and then
Yeah. She's an Inquisitor too. She's the third sister.
Oh, the black chick.
Yes.
So she was the one attacking Vader at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But you have to see that episode to understand why. Fuck it,
Go ahead, spoil it. Fuck it. Cause I thought because why I skipped through it a little bit was that she was gonna be Grand Inquisitor.
She did become Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, so he anointed her Grand Inquisitor at the beginning of the episode. However, he already knew what her intentions were.
Kind of.
Yeah, to an extent, I guess. Obviously, throughout the episode, it becomes more apparent. And he was like, "Oh, you didn't think I already knew?" And then he just fucks her shit up, dude, because it starts.
Oh, because she was trying to kill Vader.
Yeah, because she was a youngling during.
Order that's
66.
what I'm saying. You're leaving out parts.
That makes sense.
If you saw in the beginning, there was a little black girl that was with the other younglings. She was one of the younglings that was there, and then but you don't know that until this episode. It was a theory that was her, but whatever. Apparently, he had already hit her one time he stabbed her before with a lightsaber. That's a theory that's going around.
Okay.
That's why.
Oh, with the flashbacks and all that.
That's
stuff?
why she didn't die.
Yeah,
because she's probably got like in Boba Fett. You know how they have all the robotics and shit.
What is it? The Baka tank or is that?
No, not the Batka tank.
Sorry.
The people who do the fucking
for
robot
Luke's,
shit.
for like Luke's hand and all that. Other shit. Yeah. Okay.
So, but remember in Boba Fett how what's her name? What was the I don't want to say the Asian lady, but
no, the one she was torn up and he put her on the table and all that,
and then put robotics in it. So they do that for everybody. So it's 8, and we saw Anakin when he got fucked up. He had all his shit replaced.
Yeah, he's basically half a human.
You don't just straight up die in this fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
No.
There's ways that fucking Darth Maul, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah, because he came back in Clone Wars, I think it was.
Yeah. But you know what the funny thing about that was? I had own theory about her, but thank you for letting me know about that. My own theory was she was going to be the person that left the Order in Fallen Order. That's what I thought this chick was. But I didn't catch that part. Yeah,
again. She was one of the younglings. But again, you don't find out until this episode. She was one of the younglings that was there. She even said, she was like, I played dead and I laid and I felt their bodies turn cold. And like that's wild. All your friends. But that's also how she knew that he was Anakin, because
no one knows he's Anakin besides Obi-Wan and her.
Yeah, because she was there, and that's how that's where the connection between those two came in, and that's why she was trying to she wanted to kill Vader. She was like, I'm only using you to get Vader to come here because I know he wants you that bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because her whole mindset is like to Obi-Wan is like, where were you when we were being attacked?
Yeah.
Like that's one of her reasons to pursue. One, she hates Vader.
We're
but
not really spoiling this, to be honest.
No, you're not. You're not.
It's kind of
you're not, because I'm watching it. It's going to be the same effect. Oh my god, yeah.
But no, most of it's from the movies already. Like we know that Anakin killed Padawans.
Yeah,
we just until now we didn't know who.
So it's building upon the foundation that was obviously laid before it, and the episode, so obviously there's only 6 episodes in the series. Wednesday is the last episode, and the way this one ended, it's like, what's going to happen? Is there going to be a season 2? Is there going to be...
No, I don't think there's going to be a season 2.
No, but look, man, as long as they ended on a super high note, I'll be okay.
Oh, they better be fucking Vader
Vader be fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Dude, and again, the 3rd episode when obviously... him and Obi-Wan confront each other for the first time, and
that's why I think he was toying with him. The way he was just,
and he's just dragging his body through the fire, and it's just like, this.
He wanted him to suffer like he suffered.
And then but you're seeing Prime Vader. There's kids in the street, they're crying, and he's just like, you know what, fuck you, and he just gets rid of
I am what you made me.
Yeah, but that's what fans have always wanted to see, because we always he's a Sith Lord for a reason. Why is it now you're seeing him be like super badass? It's like, oh, this is fucking.
But I tell you,
awesome.
I tell you what. Remember when these movies came out, and what was the movie that was the mockery of it?
The third one,
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Like everybody was making fun of that shit back then. Like, oh, this is some dirty shit. Blah blah blah. Bruh, you make fun of Vader now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the same guy. If they had made him that guy that he is now today, back then,
it
would have he was soft.
Well, yeah, because he's the story is really
older.
Following. Yeah, he's older. He's following. His son's grown, his daughter's grown. Yeah. You're starting to learn more about the backstory. But now we're really seeing who Vader is, and it's
his anger, his pure Anakin anger
for
years.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet, dude.
And it's freaking so sweet. And honestly, I just hope and wish we get more. Because honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they do a Vader series.
Bro, they didn't pay $4 billion for that for Lucasfilm to not do more.
No.
We'll get something.
We got Andor coming out, which I don't know what the fuck the point of that one is. And then Osaka, how do you say her name?
I think Vader's gonna be in that one. I think Vader's gonna
be in
he's gonna be Anakin. Yeah, because he's
doing flashbacks.
Yeah, and she also in I think it's Clone Wars. Also, she is like he's teaching her. So then
that's the one thing they didn't get right during Clone Wars. She's supposed to be there, and they didn't add her.
She was there. Oh, you mean in the movie? Yeah, but I guess they expanded on the animated series. Or
yeah, the animated series made that up. I definitely understand that, but they should have added her. Yeah. It'd make it more canon. And like you said, you need Star Wars to be more canon. They did stuff out of order. They try and get everything back on par. Like Rogue One was a phenomenal movie, but honestly, everybody was there for Vader for 15 minutes.
It's funny. Every comedian that we've had on here, we've talked about Rogue One.
Rogue One.
We've only had one other.
Rogue One was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, where is Vader? And then Vader shows up, and then immediately goes into Episode 6. And immediately cuts there. Yeah, I'm like, damn.
That
was done on purpose though.
Yeah,
they was like, hey, we're Disney. We own this shit now. This is what you're getting. that's how I feel like.
15 minutes of Vader purely just fucking shit.
I'd never seen a motherfucker catch a fucking beam, a laser beam, hold it, do something to somebody else, and then throw the shit at somebody else. Rewatch that scene. He does that shit.
Yeah, because he's Darth Vader. He's the baddest man on.
Would you say he's the best Sith Lord in the whole thing?
Apparently, through other comic books, there's been some that have been stronger.
As opposed to Palpatine, and
Palpatine just.
My thing is, Palpatine. I think he's just he uses the Force a different way.
Yeah, like
he's good at mind fucking people.
Yeah,
Vader is good at like the martial arts type shit.
Yeah,
that's why.
No. You're making perfect. You saying Vader understands the art and the walk and talk of a Sith Lord and a Jedi, so to speak. Like he's mastered that.
Yeah,
but he hasn't mastered like
the dark shit.
Like the above there's a pay grade.
Yeah,
he just didn't go above that pay grade.
Because matter of fact, thinking about Palpatine in the last movie, what was it? Force Awakens, right?
No, Force Awakens was the beginning of the
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker is the one I'm thinking about. That shit, like, I was like, this motherfucker's still around? Like,
that whole series was horrible.
It was bad, but it still kind of shed light on, like, how powerful Palpatine actually is. Because my whole time during this whole thing, even from the beginning, I'm like, who the fuck is Palpatine and why the fuck does he get to run shit? Like, there's a reason that Vader is still not the top guy. Why has Palpatine always been the top Sith? Because there can only be two of them.
Yeah.
Imagine if Vader actually had his limbs.
I don't think he needs them.
I mean, at the same time, I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe he uses the Force through the robotic arms and everything like that. But imagine if he was actually his full human self.
Yeah, but the Force comes from just your soul in it. Because they said it in the most recent one. The Force, and they've explained it. The Force basically is quantum physics. That's how I'm looking at it. These people are just able to tap into that and mold it to what they perceive it should be molded as. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the universe. This is kind of like metaphysical type shit, but I believe the Force is what the universe, like what we consider the universe as. Yeah, like technically, our souls don't just go away. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the energy is there for our consciousness. It has to be somewhere.
Well, I attribute that to. I know this is going to be like a weird reference.
But hold on, let me finish. So what I'm basically equating that to is so in death, you can still manifest yourself as whatever. Like in Star Wars, if you get killed and you're a Jedi, you can come back and kind of teach people. But you also, those people that are still around have to, which Obi-Wan in the series is still trying to learn, is how to communicate with those people that have. So that's how I've been thinking about it. Like that's like, it's not, I don't want to call it heaven. It's like your consciousness is always there, basically.
Sorry. It's funny you say that, like, when the Force comes from, your soul and your well-being. I look at, use the Force.
I wish.
I look at. I'm a big nerd moment. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, right? Like,
What house are you?
I'll be fucking cliche. I'll be a Gryffindor. Hell, fuck it.
A wooden door?
Anyway, so
I'm a Gryffindor as well.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, my man.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
So
just nerd shit.
So
that's not nerd shit. No. Harry Potter is not nerd shit.
Do you like Lord of the Rings?
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's all right.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Harry Potter is fairy tales and shit.
So anyway,
that's Cinderella and fucking Snow White to me.
So anyway, so when you're talking about like the soul, like if you obviously Lord Voldemort and the Horcruxes, right? He splits his soul into 7 pieces, and to keep himself alive, and he still uses his magic to obviously impose his will upon people.
Yep.
However, he can't be killed until his soul is gone, right? Until all those Horcruxes are gone, and then he's vulnerable. I kind of look at it in the same light of like, you know, the Force and like Vader, especially Vader, him being the bad guy. Mm-hmm. It's like what drives him to continue to this and this and this. However, his Force is still like, he's still like, even though he's not a whole body, he's like half of a body, he still has it intact. Now with Voldemort, you know, he still has it, but you can't damage him until that portion is gone. Vader is still like a whole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty fucking cool, to say the least. I think that shit's badass. I like that shit.
You know what's so funny? I think with the Force, I think Sith Lords are predominantly stronger than the actual Jedi because of the fact they use the Force in different ways.
Yeah, like, because they tap into all their emotions, not just
happy.
The happy ones.
Yeah, and honestly, like you said,
but that's why I like the Sith more. I think because it shows how more human they are compared to because basically the Jedi Order is a bunch. This is gonna sound fucked up. A bunch of priests.
Yes,
and then they have younglings around.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But
sorry.
That's the other thing I think they're gonna touch on this series. I think they're gonna kind of touch on more of the gray Jedis, which we haven't, besides in video games, really seen anything about.
You mean like somebody like Mace Windu?
Mace Windu,
he was definitely a gray Jedi.
Yeah, and then some people also say that what was Obi-Wan's teacher? I forgot.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yeah, some people think that he is also a gray Jedi.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I can see that being a thing. When you have did you ever play Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes,
for the original Xbox. I think that's the best Star Wars game.
Is that the one with the Darth Revan?
Darth Revan. You find out at the end that you're Darth Revan. Yeah. So that is one of the very first games that you can really make choices in. You should play this, man. It'll be on. No, Jared needs to play this. I'm sending you the.
Honestly, Knights of the Old Republic. They're making a new one.
I know.
Yeah, I heard they're making.
Yeah, no. So you need to play the first 2 because I think they're for you as a fan.
I don't have an Xbox.
No, you can get them on Steam. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This is something you need to play.
This motherfucker knows I'm on Steam.
That's yeah.
How do you know that I'm on Steam, bitch?
Because I'm a nerd. I can feel things. My spider senses are tingling.
Are you on Steam?
No, I'm not on Steam. No.
Oh, you should get on there, bro.
Yeah, but anyway,
it's free.
This is true. But in that game, when you finally start creating your lightsaber and you go down to the bottom of the ocean and you find the crystals and which crystal is yours and which one you pick and all that, it's really a reflection of you as a player. And then at the end of the game,
you do that in I think it's called Secret Apprentice. God damn it, I gotta look it up now.
Yeah, but
you do that same thing for your.
Are you? By the way, RJ, are you mixing each pen?
Who, me?
Yes.
No. This is butterscotch, and then this is just some shit I have. I got a weed pen upstairs, but if I hit, we'd not see the end of me.
Not see the end of you? What do you mean?
It means I would just keep going on and on.
Like you're doing right now.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely correct. And since I'm going on, folks, you should always like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click that little notification button down there at the bottom when we release a show on Monday, but you can watch it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Whenever the fuck you want.
Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah. any day of the week when you want to just check me and Jared out, drunkenly ramble with a guest. Will, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay. It's very important that you. Oh, I gave out some magnets at work. I thought you'd be proud of me.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
After 3 fucking years.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you guys want a magnet? And they were like, what's it for? I was like, my podcast. They were like, you do
Oh yeah,
podcasts?
they ripped off Star Killer from that Vader scene.
Oh.
Huh?
The Star Killer was the one in the video games. Was it on Knights of the Old Republic? I forget.
No.
But Star Killer in that video
this was
game.
a PS2 game, I believe.
Yeah, Star Killer pulled down a aircraft, and people are saying that they ripped the Vader scene off of that, which I can see, because Star Killer
but he was Vader's secret apprentice though.
Yeah,
so they didn't rip anything.
not rip, but he taught him that.
Yeah.
See, you can't. Yeah. So put it this way, folks. If Darth Vader does it, he did it first.
Yes,
and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, let's switch out to wrestling. You still watch wrestling to this day?
I watch at certain points. I mean, I still keep up with it in terms of dirt sheets. I watch it periodically, especially when big events are coming around.
Gotcha.
I'm a very big diehard. Obviously, I haven't laminated this yet. Sean, forgive me. My buddy went to WrestleMania this year. He got Conrad Thompson, Jeff Hardy, William Regal, Jeff Jarrett, and Eric Bischoff to sign.
That's the name.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. It was Force Unleashed. That's
Force Unleashed. Okay, that's actually a very good game.
I played that one.
Yeah.
So I'm a very big fan. I've been a fan since I was a kid. I mean, I've watched it all. I've seen it all. I mean, like every pay-per-view, every Monday night episode of Nitro or Raw or SmackDown or episode of Thunder or Saturday Night Live or what, Sunday night, anything
That's
you
a
can think
sketch
of.
comedy show.
Yeah. No, it's Saturday night.
Saturday Night Live is a sketch comedy show.
I understand that.
Yeah.
It's God, Saturday. Shut up, Jared.
It's set in New York.
I understand that.
Oh,
I'm
But
very
there's a
aware.
wrestling show called Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
See, look, I'm
is it?
deep.
Oh,
I'm
is it?
deep in the game a little bit too.
Yeah, it's
But-
Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Main Event or something.
Yeah,
like
Saturday
that.
Main Event, yeah.
So I saw. Put it this way: I saw Goldberg wrestle his first match in WCW. I saw him lose the streak when he was here in Washington D.C. I remember The Rock coming out as Rocky Maivia. You know, him getting booed and him becoming the megastar he is now.
The People's Champ.
I remember Stone Cold cutting his famous Austin 316 promo at King of the Ring. I remember when Sting first came down from the rafters with the bat and the black and white paint, you know, like the whole crow gimmick.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I saw
that's so second generation of him.
Yeah. Anyway, and I also saw the formation of the NWO.
You know what I saw?
You know,
You know what I saw?
What did you see, Jared? What did you see?
I saw I don't know, was it Undertaker and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania?
No, that's at SummerSlam.
Whatever, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm a big.
And I saw Sting
yeah.
when he was before.
The Beach Boy.
Beach Boy Sting
no,
or
Beach
Dark
Boy?
Sting?
No, never Dark Sting. It was whatever. He still had the face paint, but he had the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Beach Boy.
That's Beach Boy Sting.
Beach Boy, whatever.
Yeah, no.
But
Well, 'cause he's-
Ric Flair, fucking yelling in his face and shit. I seen all that shit.
And Sting actually won his very first world title from Ric Flair in Baltimore. Just to clarify that at Clash of the Champions. So I'm a big mark for that stuff. As a kid, you growing up, you think it's real and all that. Obviously, we know to this day it's scripted entertainment and all that stuff. But I think for me, as a lifelong fan, they know when to kind of pull the trigger the certain time of the year to give you what you really want as a fan. You know what I mean? And that's what always keeps me engaged, because my favorite wrestler of all time is probably The Undertaker.
I'm Undertaker's my guy.
Yeah. So when he did his retirement this year and he gave his speech, which was like an hour long, I sat there like a kid sitting like in a candy store, and I listened to every word, and I was just like, I watch this guy do everything. I've seen this guy win world championships. Obviously, the very iconic moment where he tosses Mick Foley off the Hell in the Cell, and there's just so many. When he lost his streak at WrestleMania, which I was so sick, dude. I was so sick.
And that's off of an accident, off of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Well, he got concussed early, so that was actually the planned finish. They decided the day of, because initially he was supposed to go over. to keep the streak going. But I think they were at a point where, at least from the interviews that I see, where he's saying, "Hey, if you're never gonna lose, then who's gonna beat you?" Said Brock is the only real credible guy to do it because he's got the MMA background. He's got obviously the match did not live up to his classic expectations with Shawn Michaels or
he
Triple H.
redeemed himself with a lot of other things as well.
Yeah. So and when he lost, I just simply couldn't believe it because when I purchase WrestleMania, like on a pay-per-view or whatever it is, that is the match I want to see. I want to see the main event. I want to see all that, but I want to see the fucking streak because the 4, 5, 6 years prior, they're all classics. They're they're all classics with Batista, Edge, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. I mean, he did it with Ric Flair. I mean, they're classic wrestling matches, and it's like, okay, what are we gonna get now? We got some subpar match, and then he lost, and then I was sick, bro. I was legitimately sick. For 2 days, I didn't eat. Like I didn't eat. I was just sitting there and I was weathering away in my chair because as a fan who grew up with this, I watched this thing unfold and I watched it year in and year out.
Yep.
And then everybody's just like, but that is what wrestling is all about. It's all about those moments where you're like, holy fuck. And I will tell you, without a doubt, of all the things I've seen in wrestling in my life, that is the most shocking thing I've ever witnessed as a fan.
It's going to be going down as the most shocking thing in WrestleMania history.
Yeah.
I think Randy Orton should have done it because the history that they had during the streak. I think Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, when he was a legend killer and all that.
I think that.
Well, apparently he
not
did.
earlier,
Randy
but
Orton is my guy.
I felt like if he had another crack, if he gave him one more crack, I think that. And at the time when Brock Lesnar came back, I remember he was on that mean streak. I think that would have been the perfect person to do it too. But I have no problem with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so it happened,
I do.
and I understand it more now because look at what
UFC.
Brock Lesnar has become in terms of the W. I mean, he's the megastar. At like, not that he needed it because everybody's like, "Oh, why didn't you give it to a young guy or this?"
He wanted Roman Reigns, from what I remember.
Yeah,
but Roman didn't need it either.
Yeah, he didn't need it either. I don't really think anybody needs it, to be honest. I don't think anybody really wanted to do it. I think he asked a couple of people who said, "Hey, you want to do this?" And out of respect, they said no because they look up to him that much. You know, it's like, dude, you're the Undertaker. It's like I watched you as a kid. There's no way I'm pitting you at WrestleMania. Whoop my ass. Nobody wanted to do it, but Brock's the only guy that said, "Hey, are you okay with this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, fuck it," you know. And they did it.
I could understand. All right, let me add one more thing. If Shawn Michaels was still in the game during that time, I think Shawn could have done it.
Well, I think,
but Shawn's matches.
I think Shawn is the only. I really think besides Brock, if say that never happened, I think he's the only appropriate person to do it.
Yeah, but and the only reason why I'm thinking about this right now is because the iconic moment where he's about to give Ric Flair his last super kick.
Yeah.
Even though Ric Flair's come back multiple times after that super kick.
That motherfucker still. I follow him on Facebook. He is still fucking in the ring.
He's wrestling July 31st
for his farewell.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is 70 something years old.
You know what's going to be crazy? That's going to draw. People are going to watch it.
Yeah, because it's Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Bro, again, this goes back this is the same thing because you claim you're this gamer. You also claim you're this super freaking wrestling guy.
I am.
You got to remember that shit's been around before you came about, and there's all those people who were Ric Flair fans coming up, and Sting fans, and Ultimate Warrior, and fucking Randy Savage, which most of the ones that I grew up with are probably dead or
and they're
about to fucking die.
Yeah.
Which I just named off like 3 that were dead.
Yeah.
Owen Hart and not Owen Hart. Yeah, Owen Hart.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
that was
Chris
a tragic
Benoit,
accident.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
That was sad.
That was wild.
That's
CTE right there.
Yeah, that's crazy to me because that actually happened the week I graduated from high school, and I'm a Chris Benoit
What year was
fan.
that?
In 2007.
Jeez.
Yeah, then
Chris Benoit, he was one of him and Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. I remember Eddie Guerrero when he was a cruiserweight in WCW. Dude.
Let me ask you guys something.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about this because it kind of goes hand in hand with the comedy and wrestling. And I was just thinking about like death. Like, do you think it is just a part of the lifestyle that comedians and wrestlers live, where they just something happens? You know what I'm saying? Like earlier than you would expect it to. Does that make sense?
No, I understand where you're coming from. It's like, you have this monumental talent, right? And then all of a sudden it's done.
Yeah.
Like completely. And
But it's earlier than it should be.
Yeah, no, and especially we won't use Chris Benoit obviously
Because I'll give you I can give you Robin Williams.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you put it this way. I mean, wrestling in a sense is an act, obviously. You portray a character, and actors and comedians, they do the same thing.
But it's the physicality for them, I think it is. For comedians, I think it's the lifestyle. It's like the late nights, not getting a lot of sleep type shit, fucking drugs, alcohol. And I'm sure the same thing goes on with wrestlers. They probably have a different drug and alcohol that they like going in the gym.
Well, especially back in the day, yeah. Because if you look at people like we'll look
the
at
Ultimate
Scott,
Warrior.
We'll look at Scott Hall, rest in peace. Somebody who's Razor Ramon. You can look at Jake the Snake Roberts as a very good example. People who live that lifestyle of being on the road all the time and their bodies are worn down.
That's
so
what
they,
it is.
yeah,
It's the road.
The road lifestyle. But Jake the Snake, that story.
Yeah,
that girlfriend story. It's Jake the Snake, right? With that the girlfriend, and then he
I don't remember.
He killed. She got strangulation. And he walked away from that charge, and then they try and bring him back now.
No, I think you're thinking of Jimmy Snuka.
There we go.
Yeah, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka.
Yep, he was definitely drunk when he did that.
And so the comparison of being on the road all the time. Now, obviously, the physicality of wrestlers, their bodies are torn. So there is a big thing if you watch Dark Side of the Ring or whatever it is. A lot of wrestlers were on pain pills. They get addicted to drugs, so they go out there and perform. Even, Sting, Shawn Michaels. I mean, some of our favorite wrestlers were addicted to this stuff.
Shawn Michaels had the heaviest one. Everyone said Shawn was different when he was on drugs and when he came back to the WWE.
But when he came back for his second run, even though because he had such a bad back injury, when he came back, dude, his second run was magnificent.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, it was. We were able to get both.
Those are the Rock days, right?
So Shawn
or
left
just after?
After.
Yeah, this is just after. So The Rock started becoming this is when Stone Cold and The Rock were like kind of in their earlier days.
I'm trying to remember when Shawn Michaels came back.
He came back in 2002.
He came back 2002.
Yeah,
Rock left.
Years.
Rock left 01.
Oh, you know what? I'm combining my Marine Corps years because I was still watching it in 2000. I got a Marine Corps in 2002. But I was watching, we would watch every Monday Night Raw. We'd have our 40s in our fucking one of the homies' room and fucking watching Monday Night Raw, and it would be the years of Stone Cold and The Rock and all that shit. Stephanie, we were all like, and what was the other hot chick at the time?
There's Trish, there's Tori,
Trish
Stratus.
Yes,
sir.
Stratisfaction, baby.
Oh my God.
But then
Michelle McCool,
yeah.
But then in 2002, what was it? No, what was the other one? There was a Lita.
Lita with the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, Lita was so fun. But anyway,
Still is.
Oh my God,
I haven't seen her recently. But yeah, so then in 2002 I got out. So The Rock was still kind of around.
He was he was kind of on his way out. His last match was at SummerSlam.
But then I do remember when Shawn Michaels didn't he come out in it was pink pants that time, right?
No, that was before he came back. So when he initially came back, believe it or not, the night that The Rock wrestled his last match was the same night that Shawn Michaels made his return match. Was at SummerSlam.
Yeah, okay,
2002.
that's why I remember it. That's why I remember.
And then Shawn came out in just jeans and cowboy boots because it was just supposed to be a one-off match, but he did so well they re-signed him. And then The Rock lost to Brock Lesnar because this is when he was going off to Hollywood. So this is when Brock Lesnar actually won his first world title.
Okay.
It all happened in the same night.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal pay-per-view, by the way.
But I think the lifestyle definitely is a factor. I think that comedy, you never realize how much comics talk about being recovery and stuff like that because you be in these rooms. And luckily enough, we've been in rooms that we don't have that deep of an overhaul of we're going to have to deal with 20 comics beforehand. But some comic rooms go to 20, 24 people.
Really?
And
I didn't even know that. That's a lot.
Like the one Wednesday that I was trying to get on.
That's overkill to me.
No, it's not because they're only doing 5 minutes.
They're only doing 5 minutes.
When I found out it was 8:30 to 11:30, I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be in the city till 11:30. But that's the road. That's the grind. The grind you got to fucking do if you want to get good. But I don't know.
Like I've been in rooms where we do Library Tavern on Thursdays. Like it's first come, first serve. And I remember I got on the ticket. It was like 22, 23 people. I got on there. I was like, damn. And the guy was like, "You not gonna sign up?" I was like, "Man, I got pussy at home. Why the fuck I'm gonna sign up? I'm 23rd. That means that's 22 times 5.
2:00 in the morning before you even get home. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I want to do my spot, especially if I'm doing open mics.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do my spot and I want to roll.
Yes.
At the same time, we're not at that level. It's like a white belt trying to fucking call shots on the mat.
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
like
you ain't been in the game long enough to be calling shots, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I equate it. So, like, I'm in the middle of shit.
Well, I don't blame you guys. I mean, you go up, you practice day in and day out, or however often you do that to recite your material, and it's like, man, I've got 5 minutes and I got to sit behind 20. It's like you'd rather go into a venue and there's 8 to 10 comics, you get 10 minutes apiece, or whatever the case is, and you're good. You get to feel it out. You don't have the stress of like, because when you have that many comics and that short, that's overkill. Like,
yes and no.
Yeah,
like
it's you got to remember it. I'm gonna let you say your piece, but it's open mic. Like,
it's open mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not. My bad.
No. We're at the stage where like this is all you have because you don't have a name. You know, like you're nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta get spots where you can get spots. That's all it is.
Well, that I understand, but at the same time, if you really just I guess I can't really win. I understand that aspect. It's like you want to get your material out there. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it like this way. You're
gonna have to. You have to. It's one of those things that it comes with the grind. It's like you're not gonna get these slots. Sometimes you might get lucky and get on a card, which is like, all right, you got 6 comics, you're good to go. Sometimes you go to these open mics. It might be 12 to 24, just depending. But it's all about repetition. Now, luckily enough for me, normally lately I've been freestyling from the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think I've been especially doing the shoot your shot, which June 21st.
This Tuesday, y'all.
Coming Tuesday, we're doing another one.
Yes, sir.
Bang bang.
I think I've been doing that a lot more, just trying to freestyle. And I think even when I'm so worried about, which I'm sure every new comedian worries about. I'm so worried about bombing. Like the anxiety before I get to the shit is like what's killing me right now. I know I have jokes that'll work, but I don't want to keep. There's some jokes that like I don't really fuck with that one anymore because it's not
your level yet.
I think it's below the level that I think I could write better now. You know what I'm saying? Because I have more experience. I think I could do something better than that. And if I use those old jokes or a couple of those old jokes, I know I'm gonna get the laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm going into this shit. I know I can get a laugh here. I know I can get a laugh here. I've already. This formula has been worked out.
It's like a cheap pop in wrestling. It's like when I
It's
like so Mick Foley's kind of actually notorious for doing this. He'll go out and cut a promo, and he'll be like, right here in Boston, Massachusetts, or whatever the case may. These are crooked, actually.
I know. Just take them off.
All right, fuck it. So he'll go out and he'll be like, right here in Boston, Massachusetts, and everybody will go crazy.
Yeah,
because he knows it's going to work. Yeah,
that was The Rock when The Rock would do that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but The Rock's stage presence.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that guy can just breathe.
That's the other thing that I've been studying. I was saying I was watching the something in the water thing today, and what struck me for some of the better artists, I could tell they knew I could tell their talent. They weren't new. You know what I'm saying? They weren't new to performing because they just were like. Again, their stage presence was just there.
Yes.
And it's like, you see some of the newer cats and it's like, oh, you don't feel like you should be here. You know what I'm saying? That it was that kind of vibe
Yeah.
that I was. So I'm looking at other people perform, and like, oh, okay, you know what? I gotta do this. And
Yeah.
Not anything specific because they're all singers and rappers and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like the crowd reacts to certain things a different way if you come at them with like, oh, I'm here to fucking murder this shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they can see that shit. I don't know. The more I'm talking about it, the more it's like I got to keep doing this shit.
No. I definitely get it because I think stage presence is one of the biggest things you can have. You can't just be on the mic and just, I'm going to just do this routine and I'm going to just do this and stay with it. Sometimes you got to be ever flowing. Like every time I try to get on the mic, my first thing is trying to do is I try not even like piggyback, but it's more like keep the laugh going. Like one thing with the last open mic we had with Tuesday with Maria Sanchez, who fucking killed it on this.
She kills it every time, bro.
Every fucking time.
Shout out to Maria Sanchez.
Shout out to Maria Sanchez. I definitely.
What up, dog?
Yeah, she a homie.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
But nah, she really had this one joke. And I made sure I referenced it later in my night. And it wasn't even a joke. She did this off. I know it was off dome. She said that the men. I'm not even gonna give you the full context. So she basically said to the crowd that men have better genitalia than females. Right. One old white lady in the back, let's say Karen, for example, she said, "Oh no, that's not true." And I knew what the lady looked like. She was blonde, heavy set, in the back with glasses. And Maria said straight up to her, "Is like, ma'am, have you ever sucked dick in the pale moon night?" I was crying.
That shit was fucking funny.
I was fucking crying.
You like, you know what movie she be watching?
She like, come on now, like, so you see how people set up jokes. That's for one. And I try to make sure like I can go back into the room and be like, and reference that joke and get that laugh first.
Yeah,
once you
back.
get first laugh get going, you can get people laughing more.
Yeah.
So
that's why your opener has to be a banger because
my God.
you have to announce to these motherfuckers like, yo, you're going to pay attention to me.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be, and that's what that first banger does.
Yes.
And then you have to end with a banger.
Yes.
Whatever you got in the middle could be,
But you
want
gotta
it to
have
be
first
good.
and the end.
Yeah.
The first and the end is always massive. Honestly, doing different spots, doing different styles is very, very well. You can tell in the comic room that if I'm in the freestyle mood, which has been in the last like 3 weeks, I look in the crowd. I have like a set list I want to go through, and then I look in the crowd. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I can't do this one. I can't do this one. I can't do this one. Especially that last one, the last shooters. I had so many suburban jokes. I looked in the room. I was like, there's too many people.
I was worried about. I was worried about because I told you I had signed up for the Wednesday spot.
Yeah,
and I was worried about doing that one. I didn't do it. I didn't end up doing it. But I was worried about doing it because I was like, fuck, it's Pride Month. I don't know what I'm going to say when I go up. Like, I mean, I had jokes lined up, but I didn't know, because I'd never been to the spot. So I
didn't know how to rock.
Yeah. So I didn't know. Some people might not like some of the shit that I say, but I guess at some point, when you get to a level, you say fuck it, and it's just like, I don't care. Like I'm gonna say, I'm here to make the joke.
Yes.
So I'm not here to fucking. I mean, some of the stuff that I'm gonna say is going to be true, but I'm not here to be political. I don't do political fucking shit.
Yeah.
I might do some celebrity shit because that shit's funny.
Yes.
And people are already linked into it at the moment, but I don't want all my shit to be based around current events because it doesn't last. You know what I'm saying?
No, like I take about my funny instances, like certain family things I'm able to talk about now, certain events that has happened throughout my life, and I always think that's better to use. And I might wrap in a joke here and there. I think I used the Will Smith Jada joke at All Black Joint and work. And I thought it would work in the black room because it don't work.
I don't remember what the joke was, but it's only because you as black people, and I don't want to say me because I kind of I'm like an outlier, I guess. I think outside of the box. I don't know how to say
which is outside of the box, bro.
Yeah. I'm not your typical black person.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
We don't fit all stereotypes.
That's okay. There it is.
You heard it here, folks. I heard it here first, folks.
Because I get pushback from my own people about certain things that I have to think about. You know what I'm saying? So like again, I'm in the middle of the world or the United States, I should say.
Yeah.
And I've gotten pushback for certain things, and that to me, because knowing of how they think about things like that, like that's our only royalty, like because like they've been married forever, and that's what we are striving to
entanglement though.
You know, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z and Beyonce, that type.
You can't say nothing wrong about Beyonce. I swear.
Exactly, or Jay-Z for that fact. Like, oh, how dare you talk about like. Hey, he's a fucking human. He does fucked up shit just like the rest of us.
Look, man.
Yeah, I agree with that because I think when you reach a level of superstardom, right? Like we can use Elvis or Michael Jackson or anybody that's on a global scale. Right?
You pick two weird ones.
But hear me out.
You know why?
Elvis stole black music while Michael wanted to be white.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna go somewhere else with it.
Yeah, but
Elvis married an underage woman or girl, and then Michael Jackson. Yeah, you know the story.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
But think about it. Like, it's like if you go up to a like, and we can even put Beyonce in this category right now.
Cool.
If you go up to a certain fan, because
they'll punch you in the face.
Oh yeah, dude. Certain because I love Michael Jackson.
Of course.
Okay. I obviously didn't grow up with Elvis, so his music's pretty dope. If he stole
that movie
it from,
looks fire though.
The movie actually looks really good. I actually thought about seeing it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna go see that.
Yeah,
shit.
I think that movie might be super dope. And you got Tom Hanks
Undercover.
in it.
Undercover
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Go ahead.
But there are certain people that you can simply not talk about because there is going to be somebody or a group of people somewhere going to be like, nope, fuck you.
That's my
And
tribe. Fuck you.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, Beyonce is definitely one of them.
For sure. You can't say nothing bad about B because the Beehive is coming for your ass.
Yeah.
You know, R. Kelly used to be on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be.
He used to be on the list. Now R. Kelly's a walking joke in every fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that's his own doing, you know, unfortunately.
Literally.
Because, that's his own doing. You know,
He did something.
But I look at it,
Allegedly.
it's
Allegedly.
like when
No,
you
he
look
got
at I'm going to use Michael Jackson just because he's probably the biggest pop icon.
Yeah, but I would punch you in the face if you said some bad shit about Michael Jackson.
Which is fine because I'm not going to talk bad about. I love Michael.
That's
Jackson.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is a bad example.
Yeah, but then you get obviously, unfortunately, the allegations that were thrown against him at the ranch, and obviously with the underage,
we
kids,
know the story.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, it's like, man, there's no way. It's like I love this guy. There's no way he did that. You know what I mean?
The Bill
Like,
Cosby effect.
but you're so warped by their presence and the
Yeah, I think that's a bad example. Like you're comparing Beyonce to Michael Jackson is a bit of a weird thing. Yeah, they're both artists, but I think what we're trying to get at is that there's a certain fan base as far as fucking Beyonce being who she is. She hasn't done any crazy shit that we know of. She, to these people, are so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
That if you say anything bad about her, they will come after you. People have been canceled for saying shit about. I mean, you probably wouldn't.
Beyonce's legal team is one of the best in the world. I swear, her and Jay-Z got the best legal team because they shut down anything.
Well, they have to.
They had to.
That's how they make their money. But yeah, he shut down the fucking YouTube, like all the shit that was on YouTube. He was like, "No, y'all gonna pay me before like because he shitted on YouTube. He shitted on I think it was
Spotify because of Tidal and everything. Yeah.
Well, no, but he ended up buying Tidal because of he knew that artists weren't getting paid what they should be getting paid, and these people are just paying or just playing their shit, which understandable. He took a stand on it. That's why he bought Tidal. He blew it up into one of the biggest streaming apps there is.
That's why Beyonce's new album which all the females are already going crazy about. I'm like, yo, she don't need a new album.
No, she don't need it. She's done. She don't need nothing else.
You don't need nothing else.
Yeah, she doesn't need to make any more music. You're right. She's at a point.
But
in her
she's
career.
an artist, and she's going to do. That's who she is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't
which
think,
is fine. But you're right. She's doesn't have anything left to prove. She's up here.
Yes.
And there's no going down from there unless obviously some crazy wild shit happens.
When you up here in a certain stratosphere of a rapper or artist or R&B singer, what have you, there's so much you can do to elevate you even more, but there's so much you can do to make yourself get less.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah. Good movie too. Harder they fall.
Oh yeah, very good movie.
Yeah,
still haven't seen it. I bet.
But
I have not, sir.
Nah,
I have not.
But not like Beyonce.
This guy's the most racist motherfucker.
No, I am not racist.
Did you at least see Django?
Yeah, of course.
How you see Django and you didn't see the harder they fall yet?
Because, well, one, it was just a time period, obviously, when I was more into film and all this other. Not even that. I just haven't taken the time to sit down and watch it. That's all. That's really all it is.
But you know what?
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
I know it's free.
Well, technically not free.
Well, nothing's free.
You pay a subscription every month.
You pay like 99 cents a day, just like that one ad commercial. It's okay. It's fine.
It's all good.
Watch the fucking movie, man.
I'll watch it, and I'll talk about it with you next week.
I don't believe you. This motherfucker says every week he's gonna watch some shit. Like, I guarantee 95% of the shit that I tell you to watch, and I know it's good, and I could probably name it, and he's probably seen it. You've never seen.
List. I want.
The Boys.
Yes.
No. I started watching. I watched like 2 episodes and then I just went off.
I've watched it. Yes. Have I finished it? No.
All right.
That's fine, but you understand where I'm coming from and why I'm saying you need to watch this.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying with that one.
Yes.
Let me see. Well, The Harder They Fall. We already said that.
Mm-hmm.
You have. RJ has not.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What else have I seen recently?
Have you seen the Adams Project?
The what?
The Adams Project with Ryan Reynolds.
No.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was good.
I have not seen that.
You haven't seen that one either?
No.
That was slept on, but it was good.
Don't Look Up.
I've seen that.
Don't Look Up was all right.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan.
It was okay, man. It was.
You liked it.
No, I didn't like it. I thought it was all right. I mean,
it was good.
It's just something to watch. Yeah, it's just. I mean, you got all these big names in it, and it's just like, eh.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of. Fuck, I watched it recently, and now I can't remember the name of the fucking movie.
Is it Deep Impact?
No, the comedy.
Which one?
Where the aliens come down.
Is it? It's not Mars Attacks. Is it?
Yes.
Scary movie.
It reminded me of Mars Attacks. Yeah. And I was like, why are we doing this again?
It reminded me of, it just like a dumbered down version of Interstellar.
Interstellar is a very good movie.
Oh my God.
Yes. I don't see the connection there.
In the terms,
because of the ending, the Earth ending or whatever?
The Earth ending, that kind of aspect of like, oh, no one really believes you. And the Earth is ending, and don't look up. When in Interstellar, they know the Earth is ending, but they're not really saying anything about it.
Oh well, yeah,
it's just like that too. Kind of spectrum. Let me see what other movies have been coming out, or TV shows. Clickbait.
Yeah, that's a very that show's fucking nuts.
I didn't watch that one.
That show's nuts.
I don't like show like that. What was the other?
That show's crazy.
Oh my God.
Anything talking about like social media or like internet type shit, like I always know is some kind of negative aspect behind it, so I don't really fuck with it.
It's not like that. Sense.
Like the Social Media Dilemma, the documentary.
Oh,
I wasn't watching that shit because I'm like, no, you're not gonna fucking put me in a bad mood. That's like watching the news and shit. Like,
no. Even though the last couple of documentaries have been pretty good, like We Work documentary, the Firefly documentary.
That's the one.
Have you seen? We talked about it a long time ago on the show. Have you ever seen Don't Fuck with Cats?
Yes,
dude. Is that?
Oh my God,
dude. Is that not one of the craziest fucking stories that just period in general? Like
there's one that tops it. If you're down for movies that have unique captions for.
Yeah.
Oh, not even a movie. It's a TV show. It's called Cyber Hell.
Cyber Hell.
or cybersecurity hell, something.
Oh
like
no, that sounds scary.
It's based in South Korea.
All right.
It sounds it's getting scarier.
It's basically people were using Telegram. No, it wasn't even Telegram. It was a Telegram. Anyway, they found these group chats.
Or Discord, maybe?
No, it's probably Telegram. They found these group chats of people who were basically getting blackmailed. So people were getting blackmailed by certain people that they were sending them nudes. They had to send them nudes because of the blackmail. And then they will release these nudes in these group chats filled with maybe thousands of people in Telegram. And it goes about how they got certain people in that. So I think besides Don't Fuck With Cats, that's definitely one up there.
Dude,
Don't Fuck With Cats was just like
that's
crazy.
That shows a complete mind fuck, dude. Because I stumbled upon it randomly, and I was just like, oh, I heard about it. So I watched an episode. I was like, okay. Then I watched another one. I was like, oh. And then I kept getting into it, and I was like, oh my fucking God. It is legitimately fucking nuts. The story that unfolds within that documentary.
Man,
that shit is nuts, dude. I think you'd like it.
It's yeah.
Go.
No, Don't Fuck With Cats definitely. It really shows that in the internet world, everybody crazy. Yeah, everybody freaking crazy.
Again, that's why I don't want to see shit like that.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you that the internet is crazy and not as crazy as us, folks. Because, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 138.
Motherfuckers' octave went up like 3 times.
I know, right? Goddamn.
I'm supposed to, be
relax. Relax a little bit.
Thank you for listening to episode 138 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
But his voice still got deeper.
Yeah. As always, it is IRJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. Jared, say hello or goodbye. There we go.
All the above. What is
all the
blocking?
above.
Oh, that's the computer.
And Will, thank you very much for coming over, man. Do you have like a Twitter handler or something that somebody could follow you on?
Please. Explain this one for me.
All right, so y'all can follow me on Instagram at the hype 3_ underneath, or you guys can follow my podcast, Dreams Not Fame podcast, on IG. We release everything from Spotify, YouTube, and all the above. So please give me a follow, shout out, whatever y'all need to do.
Yeah.
Also, he'll be at Shooters in Springfield June 21st.
Yes, sir.
So come check him out. We're going to make him go first to warm up the crowd this week. No, I don't know.
Bro, I don't even make it on time.
I haven't decided what the order is, but please come out. Again, we need audience members. It's cool having comedians there, but we want people to come laugh at what we have to say.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and please come and laugh what they have to say. June 21st at Shooters in Springfield.
RJ's taking off so he can early so he can be there.
And I will not be there. So until next week, folks, as always, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Be safe. We will see you guys next week. Peace, much love, and enjoy your weekend. Yeah, enjoy the weekend. Bye.
I'm going to hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The Merit Scientist Lab. The Merit Scientist Lab. The Merit Scientist Lab. The Merit Scientist Lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The Merit Scientist